right, welcome back to episode 34 of the Hops and Bops podcast. I am Bruce Chung.
It's Joe.
It is also Mike.
It is.
We are.
Today we bring you back to the world of reggae with SDIB, San Diego
Island
Boys. That's what it stands for. And we've also brought Faraway Beach.
It's not Fairway.
By Devil's Purse?
Yes.
Yes, okay.
Yes. So the beer, Faraway Beach by Devil's Purse Brewing.
Yes, tell us a bit.
Oh, yeah. So this is a great spot on Cape Cod. It's in South Dennis. Cape Cod is one of my favorite vacation spots. And I was actually just there. We're recording in April, so I was just there last weekend, early April.
Yes, saw that.
And, yeah, good time. Right now, because of COVID, they're only open for, takeout. But it's a great spot there. Once they open up back fully, go check them out. They have awesome beer there. And I remember when I went a couple summers ago, I went and tried a bunch of their beer. It was my first time there. And they had this beer on. It was like, hey, try this. It was like a trial at that point. They weren't canning it yet. I don't think they officially named it yet. But I tried it, and it was really awesome. And I haven't had it since then. And then recently I saw that they started canning it, and it was available for purchase. So I was like, you know what? While I'm here, I got to buy me some, and I want to bring it to the podcast. So it is Faraway Beach from Devil's Purse Brewing. It is a Shandy IPA.
Okay.
It is an ale fermented with lemonade. And it's
that's
good.
what that means.
Yeah,
All
usually
right.
Shandy's like a lemonade base.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I
Right.
figured.
But interesting how it's an IPA.
Yeah, exactly. So it's a really interesting combo. And before we get too deep into the beer, we do have a special message from Devil's Purse. Tim Reilly, a brewer there, was gracious enough to provide us with a little information on Faraway Beach. So let's take it away, Tim.
Hey Joe and Hops and Bops listeners, Tim from Devil's Purse here. Thanks again for drinking our beer and sharing it with your audience. Faraway Beach is a Shandy IPA, which means we create an easy drinking beer recipe and ferment it out with lemonade, and then dry hop it. The one you are currently drinking is our first batch. We will continue to fine-tune the recipe as we make future batches. For the next one, we will actually make our own lemonade in the brew kettle and blend it into the beer. It will be closer to 50-50 beer and lemonade, have slightly more body, and less bitterness. The only way to improve is to constantly experiment. Lastly, the name is fitting for a music podcast because it is a Brian Eno reference. We are massive Eno fans. Take care, everyone.
There you go, Tim. Thanks a lot for that.
That's clever. I didn't actually realize that was an Eno reference.
Yeah. They're big music fans over there. They were like, oh, what album are you pairing with it? And Tim was really cool about it, so thanks a lot, Tim.
That's super cool.
Yeah.
And it's even cooler we have the first batch of it, too. I
Didn't
realize that.
First batch. I'm actually super excited for the second batch when they make their own lemonade that goes with it.
Yeah, so I'm
be
assuming
pretty
they just
cool.
got store-bought lemonade
It's like
or...
Minute
Yeah, I guess so.
Some kid on the side of the road.
they bought out a lemonade stand.
Yeah, right.
50 cents each.
Yeah.
It's like, keep bringing it out.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I'm excited for you guys to try it. And I bought this on vacation, but I didn't try it because I wanted to be surprised because I haven't had it in so long. So let's crack it.
Let's crack two.
We're crack two?
Yeah, we're
gonna
double crack.
Okay, here we go.
Come on.
Oh, my bad.
Jump the gun.
Yeah.
Do you want to do a countdown?
I was.
It's all right.
Well, it's fine.
Oh, yeah. Love the label. Really cool label. It's like orangey mountains and a nice sky.
A little hazier than I expected.
Yep,
I like that.
definitely. And then also on the label, there's sound waves in the mountain, which is pretty sweet.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
'Cause I guess that's the
That's what
emo
I-
reference. Yeah.
What I look at every day.
Yeah. So cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah. There you go.
Cheers.
Let's check it out. Faraway Beach.
A good smell to it.
Very light.
Oh yeah.
Very
Oh,
light.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Put
wow.
these fuckers back.
Yeah. Right.
Definitely.
Yeah. I mean, this is.
And what is it? Percent?
Oh, this is
Can't be too bad.
6.3, I believe that says 6.3.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
There is. I gotta say that's one thing. There's a little speck.
Yeah.
Background right on the 3
On the
that
3.
makes it very hard.
Hold on.
Although
It
it's
looks
obviously not an 8, so
Right.
it's got to be a 3.
Yeah.
The spec.
That speck's a
That
fucker.
damn speck.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Move it.
it's a really cool concept for a beer. You know, there's shandies and then there's IPAs. They put it all.
It's got some chunks in there.
That's
Ooh.
usually the like some of the hops and stuff that just settle
Yeah.
in the bottom of the can. Sometimes you're supposed to like roll the can. And
Yeah, that happened on the
you see it a lot in
one.
like Shock Top and stuff.
Yeah.
The
Shock
citrusy
Top,
beers.
yeah.
They get like a residue at the bottom. Won't hurt you.
Yep. But
I do like it though.
yeah,
Real good.
Yeah, you definitely taste the lemonade in there. It definitely adds a lot to it.
yeah,
It's got more flavor than like a Narragansett and those
Yes.
like
The
shandies.
summer shandy, yeah.
The Leinenkugels, like
Yep.
those that are kind of more of a really super light 4% beer. You know, it's definitely got a little more body to it, which is nice, especially coming from someone. I'm an IPA person, so
Yeah.
having that IPA side to a shandy, I would gravitate towards something like this over those other shandies
Yeah.
very quickly.
for sure. I just did. I like was spinning my glass a little bit just to kind of mix it, and the flavors do kind of come
Blend,
together
yeah.
a little more. So if you give it a little shake ski.
A little shaken, not stirred.
But I do definitely taste the bitterness that Tim was talking about. So I'm excited to try out the second batch, or at least future batches, because I don't know when I'm going to go next. But because
I'll be up there in August. Maybe I can pick some.
there you go.
Oh, yeah, come bring
Yeah,
some
great
from-
idea.
Remind me because I won't remember.
Okay, I'll text you in the group chat that
Perfect.
you read every day.
Perfect. Well, that's all right. Thomas didn't read my message.
Yeah.
Fuck him.
Good beer.
Oh shit.
Uh,
And it's good. It's being that it's labeled, Faraway Beach.
yep.
We're talking about beaches, and then we transition beautifully into our album.
I tried hard for you, Mike.
SDIB.
There you go.
San Diego Island Boys. So that's a little tribute to their Hawaiian heritage. They're a Hawaiian, San Diego / Hawaiian kind of based reggae band. Put out 2 albums. First one was in 2007, the one we are currently going over, and
Yes.
then the second one was 2013, which is a pretty big gap, 6 years, between albums. And then they, I guess, disbanded, and that was kind of the end of it, which sucks because personally those 2 albums are really, really good, and I would love to not only hear more. I would actually, I'm sad that I got into their album so late in the game because I'd love to have seen them like live somewhere. They're just that kind of a band. A lot of ukulele, different percussion in the back. And it's funny, I'm on Wikipedia now. I threw it up. They don't have like breakdowns of the albums like they do most because I think they're so kind of little known. But it says a list of associated acts. Revolution being one that we already went over and did Free Reign by them back early on in the teens of our podcast.
Yeah.
No, I think that was single
Before
digits.
that,
Was it like 7? Yeah,
Yeah,
might
it was
have
like
been
7 or 8. Yeah,
I
whatever it
think it
was.
And it's funny because
9.
they're also
No,
associated.
9.
Was it 9?
Yeah.
Okay. Associated acts are The Green, 𝙬𝘽, Natural Vibrations, Pirates of Leola, all bands I've heard before, like through the reggae kind of genre that I've listened to. 𝙬𝘽, I just played one of their songs at our last gig.
Okay,
So,
yeah.
we had a little, I threw it in there.
I didn't play that
solo.
gig.
You weren't invited.
God damn.
Okay, I wasn't either.
One thing with this band I absolutely love, their vocals.
Yes.
Their harmonies
Agreed.
are on point. And they do it often, and they do it well. Sometimes they, you can do it a little too much and it doesn't work. Sometimes you do it too little and you feel empty. Like I just feel like they have the right voices and they just do a really good job vibing off each other and filling in with those harmonies. This album starts off with Midnight Hour, which is just a fucking banger song. Such a great song.
Yeah. I love this song.
First song I ever heard by them.
Yeah. Well,
for
me too, because...
Well, yeah,
And
it's the first song
on the
that makes
album.
sense.
Me too.
Not, and I heard it as like a standalone. It
Right.
was sent to me, and I listened to it, and then from there I went to the album, and it just happened to be the first song on the album. Just such a, it starts off like airy.
Yes.
You hear the birds chirping, like it's just so kind of. Then you get like the chimes. and
Yeah.
you're like, what's happening?
Well,
and
at
then it
first
comes
I-
like, all right, yeah. You belt, it's just
That beginning before really anything of substance kicked in, I thought I was listening to like a '90s R&B
Yeah,
song like Boys
yeah.
to Men. I was like, wait, what is
And
this?
he starts talking, you know, kind of some of the Hawaiian like vocabulary he comes in with, and but then just you get that classic upbeat,
Yeah,
and it's nothing too quick, but it just works. Their guitar playing, that just those little licks they do and stuff, like I don't know, everything just really gels really well.
yeah. Yeah, I also really love this song. I remember when I first queued up the album in preparation for this, and you know, I knew it was reggae. Mike picked it. Never heard of them. I never listened to them before. I let the track start, and as every layer came in, I just found myself like bobbing my head. I was like, "Oh yeah, this is a great song. It's a groove. It definitely." And then vocally, in this song, like especially in the chorus, they hit every note that I wanted them to hit. Like I was like kind of 2 notes ahead in my head, and I was like, yes, they did it. You know, it worked really well. And I agree with you about vocals. I think
that's one of their strongest points.
Yeah, their vocals really stand out, and for good reasons.
I'm waiting for it. I was waiting for it.
Yeah.
I see them.
I don't like it that much.
What, the song or them in general?
Both.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of the song 4 Chords by a band called the Axis of Awesome? It's basically just like a song that interpolates the same 4-chord song that you hear in a lot of pop. This is the exact same 4-chord song that they use in No Woman, No Cry, Let It Be, She Will Be Loved, It's My Life, Bon Jovi, Take On Me, Don't Matter, Paparazzi by Lady Gaga, Down Under, like all these other songs have the exact same 4 chords, and it's in the exact same key that they do it in their version.
Okay.
So it just immediately hit me like, oh, that's the exact same 4 chords you hear in so many other songs.
Yeah.
And it just didn't really stick out to me as much.
Okay.
But that's the thing that I've mentioned before, even on Revolution, even on like Luke Combs, is that this is a vibe album, you know, especially with a lot of reggae. Yeah. I find it a bit tougher to sit down and take a critical approach to it because it's not meant to be looked at that like that. So it's the way it shines mostly is if you're outside in the sun doing fun stuff, but I don't know, it just wasn't really for me in general.
I agree with you a lot, Tom. This is totally a vibe album. I think this is a great example of one. You throw it on and you don't worry about what track you're on necessarily, and it just flows right from one song to another. Yeah, good soundtrack to a good day outside. Yep, you know, on a faraway beach. Shandy IPA
connection.
Hey,
plug. Sponsor us, please.
Yeah. What's next?
I also think lyrically, they're just like a lot of like positive vibe, like just the lyrics wise, just you know, a lot of reggae stuff is, but it's a feel good. You know what I'm saying? Like when you're listening to this,
right?
Yeah. And then it goes next to Sugar. Again, kind of floaty at the beginning. That part I could have done without as much of. Again, it's interesting. Like that should be annoying, but to me, I don't know. It kind of fit. Like it worked, with the song. But I do agree. Like that should be like more. I don't know. It wasn't. It like should be annoying if I wasn't so into the album. Like,
that's fair.
Like, oh, okay. Yeah, it's a little weird. Yeah. It's different though. Yeah. That part of it. This is definitely not one of my favorite songs off the album. Like, they kind of hit a high point with me with the first one, and then this is kind of maybe a step back.
Agreed. I really like the chorus. I like again the vocals. Yes. I like where he went with his vocals and the notes. But yeah, overall, it's just okay. Yeah. One thing I'm noticing with them is the instrumentals are very simple. Yes. And monotonous. Yeah. But not in a bad way all the time. Monotonous isn't always a bad thing. But
they don't overdo it.
They don't overdo it. And I do think there were opportunities where they could have went for it, but they didn't. And I don't know. But overall, I think the main point is their vocals. Yeah. They want people to sing along to their songs. They want them to vibe with the notes they're hitting. You don't necessarily need a guitar solo or a sick drum fill every time. Yeah, they do. They have a few little like high tom reggae fills. Yeah, and let the melody do the job. A couple like ukulele solos, which you don't really expect, like in a band in general.
You know, I love how their album cover is SDI is the like red, yellow, green, like reggae kind of feel, but then the D is actually a ukulele.
Right.
Yeah.
Jamaican. Yeah.
Yeah. It would be a B.
Name.
Actually, B.
Yeah, B. Sorry. D. Yeah.
B and the D.
SMD. SMDIB. Sorry.
But I like how they're ukulele heavy. I think that's cool because you don't hear a lot of bands, full bands, that do that.
But when you say that the vocals are like the best part of not the best part, but like a shining part on this album, and then you hear that kind of fill that's really annoying on this track, it was just a major turn off for me.
Yeah.
Especially on this one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I really didn't like it.
I don't consider that a vocal part though. That's more of an effect that they just like put in. I think the song can stand without it. Like if they took that part out, I think it would have been fine. I didn't like that part either though.
Yeah.
No, I get it. Effect. That makes sense. And then you got Runnin' is next.
I did like Runnin' though.
Runnin' was good.
Runnin' was a good track.
Runnin's got a good
picks
vibe
it back
to
up.
it. Yeah, picks back up.
Bit faster.
Little keyboard.
Yeah.
Yeah, the kind of organ or whatever it is.
Kind
like
of fills it out a little bit.
Synth or something.
You get that little do 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 do.
Yeah.
And then you get the steel pan coming in.
Yeah.
Yes, I did like the steel drums that they brought in.
Steel drum.
Definitely.
And they kind of, and I'm not even sure, I have to look lyrically, but it's almost like they come in, it sounds like a chorus right off the bat. And it's not, but, you know, they kind of group vocals, like...
It's like, it's a chorus.
You know?
Yeah.
It's more of like a sing-along chant kind of song.
Yeah.
People are just going to sit there and vibe to it. Like, it was a good... Keep running,
Definitely.
running,
yeah.
Lord, running.
Right when this song came on, it brought me right back to, there's this place in Ocean City, Maryland called Secrets.
Ooh.
It's this beach bar.
Club? Oh.
It is. It's a club. It's a theater. It's huge. It's massive. You guys got to go if you haven't been. Would have loved to go for bachelor party, but fuck you, COVID. Anyway, but the bar part is in the water, and you sit out in the water, and the servers come out in the water, take your drink orders, bring it out to you, and the DJ booth has music blasted, and it's this kind of music.
Yeah.
I'm sure I've heard an SDIB song.
Probably.
I don't recognize any of these songs, but I'm sure they were in there.
I'm sure.
And this is exactly what they would play, and it's just so awesome being there and hearing this kind of music, and it just kind of, it's a vibe. It's a vibe.
No, it definitely is.
Yeah, great shit.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a good running kind of song.
Yeah.
And then it goes into Sweet Anella.
Yeah.
Which I fucking love this song.
I knew you were going to love this song.
I don't know what it is. I just love this song. Yeah. I love the vocals. I love the lyrics. I love the chorus. The chorus is just great. It's just, I don't know. It's kind of cool. Like, there's not much to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's almost purely vocals. It really is. Like, there's really not much instrumental to the song. And it's just got some sort of feel to it. I love this song.
I had a feeling that this was going to be a standout for you.
Yeah.
And it is good. I just thought it was long for how simple it was.
Okay.
And the guitar part.
Yeah, because 4 minutes, right? 4 and change.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, most of the tracks on here are 4 minutes too. And that was something I was going to mention too. Like, if you're not super in love with a track, they are a bit longer in terms of runtime.
And that's kind of where I was at with this. I
just thought it was so cool with this song that there's almost 2 vocalists for almost the entire song.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like harmonizing and doing, and I'm just like, you don't really hear that a lot. Usually you harmonize a part, or you harmonize a chorus, or you do like a doubles. And this was almost the whole song, but they just did so well, like blending those 2 voices together. And
but that guitar riff is the same throughout.
That's it. It's just that little.
It's not even a guitar. I think it's like some kind of weird synth they have.
Yeah, it's
very,
almost like a
very tight.
Yeah.
Not in a good way either.
It's almost like a string thing on a keyboard.
I'm assuming that's what it is.
Yeah. Listen, the vocals are great. The harmonies are great. But for this song, like, if you scroll ahead, it's the same.
Yeah.
There's no build. There's no crescendo. Not. I would have loved a little build up, a little more drums in there. So I just thought it was a little too long.
I don't even know what I can necessarily pinpoint as the reason why I enjoy it so much. But there's just something about this song. When I hear it, like, I just love to sing along to it. And it's just kind of like a chill, like, Maybe it's because I'm so not chill that like this just makes me.
it
just balances. It
to use a line
me.
from Tom's previous episode, it's the yin to your yang.
Sure, it just balances. Like I can just when I hear this song, like I'm just like, yeah. This is like it's
chill. Balance. Yeah, for sure.
I don't know. For me, it just felt pretty empty, which is fine, But I do like the vocals. They kind of play off each other.
They do a great job with that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But
I love it. I could sing along to this one all day, especially those choruses.
And again, I think that's what they're going for.
But it is. I can agree. There's not much going on. It's literally that dun 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 dun.
Yeah.
Dun, that's the whole song. Mm-hmm. There's nothing else. So, but I don't know. I've always gotten into the vocals of it, and it's been a go-to. And then wrapped up. I love the lyrics to this.
Love this song.
Love the lyrics. It's like a party song.
Yeah, this is a fun.
It's a party song.
Yeah,
and the whole song is about like wanting to be with somebody, but just like chill. I'm a little wrapped up right now. Let me handle my shit, and then I'll be with you soon. Like I don't know. It's kind of cool, like lyrically, when you think about the whole. And I love how it starts right off at the chorus.
Yeah,
that whole little wrapped up, little right now. Yeah,
love it. Yeah, I really enjoyed this song. This is a vibe song. This is a summer song. Good stuff. At first, when I first heard it, like the beginning part, it just sounded like a stereotypical reggae song that you can hear in like Johnny Tsunami. Like when the scene changes, like this is the song that like comes in. I don't know, but then the song progresses, and I liked it. I really liked it. It's a great song. Yeah. Easy to sing along to, all come together.
It is.
Yeah.
Good little drum riff in the back, nice little toms coming
That's all
through.
You need.
It's like their guitar work is just very basic. Their guitar work's just that upbeat all the time. The ukulele is where they kind of stray off from the normal of what I'd say a lot of like the reggae stuff. And their drummer does the right stuff when he needs to.
Yeah.
He doesn't overdo.
Correct.
This has a cool little guitar solo in it. But again, it's not anything complex. It's a very simple guitar solo. Like we said, their vocals kind of are the more where they start kind of overlapping and they kind of build a little bit more.
Yeah.
This has a little bit of almost sounds like horns, but I think it's a keyboard.
That's what I was just about to say.
Yeah.
It sounds pretty cheap to me.
Yeah, I can agree with that. It almost is like they're trying to fill out the sound with the keyboard. And, it kind of sounds like us.
Yeah. Yeah.
But, if we were recording, you'd hope you'd have. Right. But again, if they were going for like, hey, we're a 3-4 piece band, this is what we're doing, this is our sound, I get it. I will agree with that. It does kind of sound a little cheap.
Yeah.
Like, you can tell it's horns, but you can tell it's a keyboard. You know what I mean?
You can tell they didn't actually get real horns.
Player,
yeah.
Right.
Which like Revolution, we had a lot of horns on, and they actually had horn players. They have horn players at their shows.
Yeah.
So I can agree. Yeah, that was definitely a miss on their end.
Yeah. This one does get a little bit repetitive for me, just with the chorus. They keep saying little wrapped up now, little wrapped up now.
Okay, yeah.
But I do like the harmonies. They are pretty solid, and it is a bit on the shorter side in terms of runtime. It's only 3 minutes, and compared to the rest of them, I believe, are all over 4 minutes. So
yeah.
But, it was a pretty decent track. Didn't have anything crazy about it.
And where's that girl?
I don't know. Where is she?
Chill song.
Yeah.
It picks up a little bit. It's got that piano intro, which is kind of cool because they haven't had that yet.
Yeah.
But it was nothing. Again, it's not, like Joe said, it's not super complicated. It's all pretty standard, pretty straightforward. It's nothing crazy. It's just...
I did think the melody was a little too similar to Midnight Hour. Like
okay.
I was just thinking that.
I don't know the
I
vocab with that.
Yeah.
I'm a drummer. I'm Neanderthal. I know 1 through 4, sometimes 7, 8. But I think it's the melody, the notes, the key.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah.
I remember that one time though. I did impress you when I said, "Oh, you brought that down an octave," and you're like, "Yeah."
You did. You hit that. Yep, that was impressive.
Good for you.
That was kind of
it's right around the same key as Midnight Hour.
Yeah, I thought it was a decent song. I think it's easier to sing along to. I really like the chorus. Fits right into the vibe.
Yep.
I do like the chorus. Where is that girl that walks around with the curls? She's Hawaiian. Yeah. Hope he finds her.
Mike's singing his heart out there.
Damn, I like this.
A lot of love on this album.
Yeah.
I've noticed.
Yeah, but I feel like that's a lot of things with reggae in general.
Yeah.
It's feel good,
positive
very
vibes,
summery, outdoorsy kind of vibes.
Walk around with
love it.
So I don't know if that's a specific for this album or just the genre in general.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Yeah, it's good. It is. It's fun to sing to. Yeah. Like all of their stuff though, that's part of it. It's like so good to sing to.
It's accessible too. The vocals are.
They got this, and then we go to Spreading Culture where they open with like a barbershop quartet.
I did
kind of cool.
I did like that. I do like this song.
And then they got that synth, which they haven't really had that style of synth yet.
And the blah blah.
Yeah, they kind of have they're going down the hill on the drums.
Yes, you know, I do like this track specifically because of the kind of freedom they give the drummer.
Yeah.
Because in the end, too, he just goes crazy on him.
And that's one thing I loved.
The bass is running on this one.
Mm-hmm. Love it. Yeah. I love that big ending. Like, I wish there was more of that throughout the album. I don't think they had to be so reserved on every song. They could have added some more flavor to it while still keeping it simple, and instead of using a word monotonous, you would probably say something more like consistent or but
they have a formula. I mean, we're not going to lie. Everything is very similar and very formulaic with what they do.
Right.
I mean,
this album is a lot more chill than their second album. Their second album is a little more upbeat, in my opinion. I personally like. And some of it comes down to what I heard first. You know what I mean? Like, I listened to this album before I heard the other album. So it's two different vibes. This was my first introduction to them. So I'm kind of like partial to it. But it doesn't put off that the other one's not good.
Right.
Personally, I love this song. The chorus isn't my favorite. Just that whole spreading culture. Like, I don't know. It just didn't.
A little empty.
Yeah, it didn't. The verses are better.
Yeah.
The intro and the closing are really good. The chorus is kind of where this song lost me a little bit.
The closing is sick.
They got that kind of piano. But, I mean, it was kind of like a piano solo. And it was just there. Yeah. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't great.
I appreciate what they're trying to do more than what they did.
I get that.
It changes up a little bit more on
this is probably their most different song on the album compared to everything else.
Well, I mean, there's also Love at First Sight, but we'll get there. Yes, I did like that song. I enjoyed this one a lot because the percussion really fills out a lot more than what it did for the rest of the album.
Yes.
And I appreciate the freedom they give the drummer on that. So
Other
than that,
like I said, other than the only part on this song that I wasn't a huge fan of was I thought the chorus was a little blah.
Yeah.
For all the parts, like for this song being as kind of like, I hate to say big because it's not a big song. Like nothing's big on this album. Like when it comes to, but I don't know. The chorus just didn't have.
I can see that.
I wanted with the rest of the song having some of the cool parts it had. But again, it fits the album. It fits the vibe that this whole album's going with.
Yeah.
So wasn't a total loss. Just wasn't like huge for me.
Right.
And then you got Pretty Face. Again, kind of standard, but I like it. It's fun to sing along to. It's more like your acoustic kind of ballady track, which I liked.
Definitely acoustic driven.
Yep.
I mean, this is a vibe song.
Yeah, I also liked the fact that this song didn't have the standard just upbeat. It actually was like strumming, and you hear the plucking of the ukulele and the guitar, and it was like an acoustic ballad.
I appreciate that too.
Yeah, and I liked it.
Changed up the formula just a little bit, but I don't know. At this point in the album, kind of checked out, but not like checked out, but like
zoned out
almost.
Yeah.
Well, this one you can zone out. This particular song you can definitely just get lost in.
Yeah.
Because of the monotony.
It's the sunset.
Which isn't bad. You have a few beers and just sit back and chill to this, and you're just like loving it. I mean, there's nothing. I like the song, but and I like that it changes, like you said. It's a little different off the formula from their other songs.
Yeah.
but again, their harmonies and vocally, like I just think they're very in tight vocal, like very tight vocally for what they're doing.
Yeah.
They do a really good job with that. Yeah. And Get Down.
Get Down
Opens up with a little bass driven here.
Yeah.
Change there.
Great bass work on the album. I thought there's, again, another great vocal performance backed by simple, consistent instrumentals.
Yeah. More like MIDI strings or whatever they are.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely sounds like you just pulled out like a piano and plugged it into a thing and kind of played to it. So I don't know who was on that end, but I don't know.
I still would have loved a little more variety from the instruments, especially the drums, like just a little more. This one though had some rests, like some pauses that triggered some good fills and transitions, but maybe that's just the genre. I don't know. I think the genre is just meant to be simple. And
I definitely agree that they're not going to blow you out of the water.
Yeah.
Like it's almost like they're better musicians than they actually like lend themselves to. Like,
right.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like you hear some licks and the drummer's tight.
Yeah.
The drummer's very tight.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't let loose. And not saying he has to.
Mm-hmm.
And even guitar-wise, you hear some of the licks they throw out there randomly, and you're like, oh, that was really good. Like, ukulele, I mean, some of the like stuff they do, I'm like, you don't really hear that a lot. So they're definitely good musicians.
Right.
And to do all that and sing and harmonize the way they do,
Mm-hmm.
you can tell that they're talented musicians, and but they're just, like you said, they're reserved. They're not going above and beyond what, necessarily needs to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I think that's good, and sometimes I agree with you. Like, they could do more.
Yeah.
This is a little bit of a monotonous song. There's not much going on here. Kind of opens up with that bass. The drums have some cool little hits, and then it kind of just rides out. Even vocally on this one, it sounds like someone else is singing. Like, if they have multiple singers, and it sounds like someone else is singing, and he just doesn't have the fluctuation that other singers
range,
have.
Yeah.
Kind of gets a little like monotonous vocally too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not a huge fan of that one.
No, not my favorite song on the album for sure.
Yeah.
It fits. Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly what I was going to say. It fits.
Oh, it fits.
It fits. It's just not
as a standalone song.
Yeah. It's not the top.
Right.
For sure.
But
And then it ends.
I love this track, actually.
This is a great song.
Love at First Sight.
Such a good song.
Yeah.
The closer.
It's another great album ender. We've talked about it so much on the podcast. How a lot of bands, a lot of artists throw something different at you to end it, and it either fits or it doesn't. This one fits extremely well.
And
This is
that
a
ukulele
great song.
riff,
Yes.
just so great. And this album opens and closes fucking great, in my opinion. I love Midnight Hour for an opener, and then I love this as it ends. I love the vocals on this song. Seems like a theme.
Yeah. I don't want to get sappy here, but this is just a great love song.
Oh yeah.
At First Sight? It's forbidden.
We just touched fingers. We didn't touch tips.
The singer on this song.
Cut that out.
The singer on this song is my favorite vocalist in the band.
Yes.
Is it the lead singer?
I think he's the lead singer.
Okay, yeah. What's the band breakdown here? 'Cause
So
there's limited information out there.
There's not much going on.
Is this S or is this D?
Oh.
Sorry, I got you with the mouthful.
Is this D? I got you with the mouthful.
a lot of sexual undertones in this episode.
So lead vocals is Anthony Kua.
Okay.
I don't, like I said, it doesn't really say who
wonder if
sings
he's Hawaiian.
what. Yeah, I think so.
Oh, so I'm serious.
No.
So Jesus. So apparently he's lead vocal, ukulele, guitar, bass, and keyboard.
Wow.
Anything else?
So is he the band?
And then that's current members. And then this other guy, Jeff.
Come on, say it, Mike.
Iwashita.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. He's ukulele and vocals.
Yeah.
And then the other guy, Polly Ante, is guitar and vocals. And then former members, you have your drummer, vocals, keyboards, bass. There's 3 other guys.
So everyone's singing pretty much.
Literally everybody sings.
I like that. That's cool. I mean,
which you can tell though.
Yeah.
But this guy's voice, I'm assuming he's the lead singer.
Yeah.
And that's my favorite vocal. Like,
yeah.
He has the best, in my opinion, like the most.
Yeah. Their harmonies though are so good. Harmonies are so good. This is a great song.
But yes, this song is really, really good.
Yeah, definitely like coasts out the album.
Yeah,
it does.
I like how they broke free from the kind of tropes that reggae can have sometimes, like the upbeat kind of.
Well, again, this song, you're right. It broke completely free of that.
Exactly.
It's like an acoustic ballad.
Yeah, it's like acoustic love song. Almost.
Yeah, and it's a really, really good song.
Right. For me, this is like a great example of when simplicity works.
Yeah,
you know. There's other songs where it didn't really work, and that made it sound monotonous. This didn't sound monotonous to me because the song draws you in with the vocals and the lyrics and just the nice guitar work. It's nice to listen to.
It felt very authentic.
Yeah,
you know, and I can appreciate that in a lot of songwriting. You know, you can kind of hear little bits of like, oh, here we go, like the vocals like right at the very beginning, and you can hear that. So I thought that was pretty nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely good closer.
No, definitely a great song though. One of my favorites.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm gonna be pulling a 𝙬𝙖𝙧𝙬😅 on this one with my sleepers for
sure.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm pulling a 𝙬𝙬𝙧𝙬𝙬 as well.
Ooh.
Yeah.
𝙬𝙬𝙧𝙬𝙬's pulling a 𝙬𝙬𝙧𝙬𝙧.
Yeah. Yeah. So we can talk some tracks now.
Let's do it.
Sure.
Mike, what's your top track?
So there's no singles or anything for this. That are official.
So all are fair game for the sleeper.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Dark horse.
The elusive.
I will say that my favorite #1 track, probably because it was the first I heard, probably because Midnight Hour. It was the first song by them. Not even because it was the first song on the album, but I'd heard it prior to. Then that's what drew me into the album. That's what drew me into them. So I got to give that full credit. That Midnight Hour is my top track for them.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with Runnin'. Their number 3 because while it wasn't, I think it was my favorite of their reggae focused songs. It just felt like the most upbeat, the most fun. It wasn't. It was a lot faster than the rest of the other tracks, so it kept me more energized. And the lyrics were pretty nice too. And it didn't really like. If you couldn't tell, I'm not the biggest fan of this. I'm not going to give it a 5, but out of the reggae centric tracks, it was definitely my favorite.
Makes sense.
So I like Runnin'.
My top track is Midnight Hour as well. Probably Mike said it well. It's the first song I ever heard. I really vibed with it well right away. I enjoyed it. It was a fun song. One of the standouts for me on the album. Top track.
Nice.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Nice.
Bottom track.
Yeah.
Yes.
I did go.
Or did you?
I went with Sweet Anella.
Okay.
But it's so hard. It's hard because I know Mike's palpitating over there.
Steven. Mike's a brew.
I know. I'm sorry. This was tough for me. I don't know what else I would have picked because I liked. It was.
I know.
Okay, the vocals were great. Vocals were outstanding. I loved the chorus, but because the song was kind of empty and monotone for me, that's why I chose it. I just think they left so much on the table with that song musically. You know, I know you don't want to overpower the vocals, but you also don't have to like play the same guitar riff. The entire song, there's not even like another riff. It's the same thing the whole song.
Classic 2021 pop.
Yeah, right. For sure. But, well, this is better than a lot of that.
Oh, yeah.
But I did label that as my bottom track. Yeah.
Solid.
Yeah.
My bottom, probably Get Down. Just a little monotonous. Wasn't my favorite tune. Not my favorite to sing along to. That would be like my one zone out song if I'm listening to this album. Like I've said before, this album, it's hard for me to pick a bottom because this is kind of like a go-to. It's 8 a.m. on my prep period. Like I gotta, listen to something. And I throw this on in the background, and I can sing to it and get my work done because it doesn't take anything out of my mind to sing to it. Like I'm on it.
Okay.
You know, it's a good like we've said sometimes in the background in the summer and different things. So it's hard for me to pick a song that I dislike. But if I got to pick a song that like I could skip, probably Get Down. Like it's got some cool parts, but it just gets monotonous after a while.
Yeah. My least actually went with Sugar. I was not a big fan of that. It was because there are songs where you know it doesn't really stand out or do something, and that could be why you don't like it. But this song, it just was. It was annoying to me. Okay. Like I put it on, I just didn't like it while it was on. It was specifically that one. It was just it just was grating to my ears, and the rest of the song isn't terrible, but it was just a little redundant for the rest of the track list, and it just did not appeal to me personally. So
gotcha.
Anyway. However, my tranquilized horse pick, I went with Love at First Sight. I really liked that track.
Yeah.
Broke away from the reggae feel and kind of just did a acoustic guitar, ukulele, full band sing along ending track, and it really tied up the album well. Yeah. So I went with that one.
Awesome.
I went with two. I have two.
That's where I'm going.
Sleepers. I have Wrapped Up and Love at First Sight.
Okay.
Wrapped Up, great party song, great to vibe to, love it. And then Love at First Sight, again, it's just a great example of when simplicity works. You know, I think it's just a great song. It's a great way to end it. That last listen when we were talking about the song, I was like, ooh, is this my favorite song in the album? I don't know. But it's definitely worth a listen. So Wrapped Up and Love at First Sight were mine.
Yeah, I had to go with two. I had a hard time picking. Sweet Anella is just like a go-to for me. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the vocals. I don't know if it's just singing along to it. Something about the vibe of that song I really love. But then Love at First Sight was another one. Like they were both just so, I guess you said it, authentic. Like you felt them. You felt the vocals. You felt the vibe of the song. And I just really, both of them are like go-tos for me if I'm in the shower sometimes at night, and I'll just yell to Alexa to play like one of those two, and it'll come on, and it's just like a sing in the shower kind of thing. Like I just love acting like I'm, you know, the best singer ever when I'm not, and it's a good time. You know,
nice.
Good shit.
Tempting to work on my harmonies and things like that. You know,
that's how you build them.
It's a great time to practice.
Yeah.
Your harmonies have strengthened.
Thank you.
Recently.
That. Wow.
You're
Appreciate
welcome.
that.
You're welcome.
Good stuff. Boys support boys.
You are a valued vocalist in the band.
Finally.
Yeah.
It only took 12 years. Yeah, so we're gonna rank this, I guess. Or
sure.
Rank the beer?
I guess.
I get. We don't have to.
With the album or the
we can
beer?
end it now if you want.
We'll do the album.
I think we usually rank the album first.
From
Nobody
what
was
I've
saying
heard.
anything.
From last time I remembered.
We're only 34 episodes in.
That's fine.
Mike, what would you rate this album?
4.
Okay, cool.
All right.
4.
Care to explain?
Yeah.
Or not?
It's just one of my go-tos. I love it. I know it's chill. I know it's simple, but it's that for me. That's part of its attraction is that it's just I can put it on and I can like focus on it and enjoy it, or I can leave it in the background and enjoy it. No matter what I do when it's on, it just sometimes I'm golfing early morning. Boom, this is an album I put on. I could be out chilling by the pool. I could be in the shower. It's just making breakfast on a Saturday morning. It's just no matter what. If I want to get into it, I can listen and get into it. If I want to put it on in the background, I can do that. I just wish they had more because their 2 albums are both, in my opinion, really, really good. And then that was kind of the end of them, and it's a little disappointing. I could have seen them, or I think they would have been cool live. Just a couple of dudes jamming out with this. Like it would have been a cool thing to see. But yeah, it's a 4 for me.
Nice,
cool.
I
Sit on it, man.
I don't know if it's them or if it's the genre, because there are certain reggae albums that I enjoy a lot more, but I don't know. It was just with this one and with Revolution, I wasn't crazy into it. I gave it a 2 out of 5. There were some tracks that I really enjoyed. I really liked The Closer. I really liked Runnin'. That was a really good one. There's a couple others in there that I thought were pretty valid, but I don't know, man. It just felt very run of the mill. There were parts of it that sounded really cheap. There are a couple aspects of the album that were just annoying to me. But it did have its high points. There were some really good... It's a vibe album, because we mentioned that before. So it is a bit harder for me to rank, considering, it's pretty overcast right now, or pretty cold in a basement. But... I mean...
Lecter shit.
Yeah, I don't have much more to say. 2 out of 5.
Okay.
2 out of 5 bops.
I'm right in the middle of you guys. I gave it a 3.
Okay.
I wanted to give it a higher score, but I just feel like they left so much on the table. But you know what? If that's what they want to do, that's.
I'll be honest. I'd be curious. I have a feeling Tom maybe wouldn't change much with the second album, but maybe you would.
Yeah.
It's a little bit more upbeat, a little bit more. Kind of runs a little bit more.
Not that I need more upbeat music, because I love the last track. I just need more. It just sounded
more substance. I got you. And I think the second one has a little bit more.
Yeah,
I'd listen to it.
I would be
curious to see what you guys think.
You know what? Because honestly, I throw this song on at the house, and I'm doing whatever on the house, and I just let it run, and I love it for that. It's great for that. So I am giving it some credit, and the vocals were outstanding. I really enjoyed that. But I just feel like instrumentally there was a lot left to be desired. So I gave it a 3. But yeah, like I said, I'm interested to hear the other album too.
Yeah.
Cool. And then how about the beer? We have Faraway Beach Shandy IPA from Devil's Purse out of Cape Cod. What do we have? Out of 5 hops.
Yeah. I'm going to give it a 3.5.
Yeah.
3.5. It was good. It's very drinkable. It tastes good. I feel like it could have a little more flavor. And whether it's a little more of the lemonade, whether it's, I don't know. But I feel like it could have a little bit more flavor. And that's just, I don't know. The X factor. You know what I'm saying? Like that X, like, what is that thing? Oh, this is so good because...
Well, that's why I chose, because we're IPA sluts here.
Yeah.
So that's why I chose this. I was like, oh, this is going to be the X factor, but... Yeah.
I don't know. It definitely has more body than a standard Shandy. But I feel like it has a little less flavor than a standard Shandy. Which is where I'm kind of like teetering. That's why 3.5. Drinkable, solid, missing something.
Yeah.
That's pretty much exactly what I have to say. I'm giving it a 3.
Okay.
It's light. It's not as heavy. I do enjoy how they would mix it with lemonade. I thought that was a pretty cool, like you said, the X factor.
Yeah.
I would be interested to try their second brew of it, because I want to see what they would do differently.
Maybe we do SDIB 2 with their second brew.
Oh, that's a great idea. That's going to happen.
So we almost do like a retry.
A sequel. a sequel to the episode.
Yeah. All right.
I'm down for that.
Yeah.
Devil's Purse hit us up with the remix.
Yeah.
We're pretty down for the remix.
I like it.
3. So for a lot of those reasons, you're at
3.
Were you finished?
Yes, I'm done.
Okay, sorry. So I'm with Mike. I gave it a 3.5 out of 5. For a lot of the same reasons. I like it. I like the idea. But I'm looking forward to the second batch where Tim said it's going to be more 50-50. Because I am tasting more of the bitter lemon shandy side of it than I am a beer. And I'm not the biggest Shandy guy, so when I saw this Shandy IPA, it was like the best of both worlds. So I do want to try the second batch of it where they kind of change up the formula a little bit. So
I agree.
Yeah.
That'd be a great sequel. It really would.
I do have some information. The second batch is going to be available in May.
Oh, wow.
So I don't know. August, I hope it'll still be available, but we can...
maybe they can send us something.
Yeah, we can get in touch with them and maybe set something aside for us for when you go, or
just
send
ship
it
down.
Yeah. Do it to Brian Eno.
Because I think we're all in agreement that we want to try the second batch.
Yes.
Cool. Awesome. All right, so shout-outs?
Hit them with a plug.
Let's do it. So we have Devil's Purse Brewing on Instagram. They're they're a small little intimate brewery on Cape Cod. Check them out. They're one of 5 breweries on the Cape. One of my favorites. So go check them out. Great beers.
Yeah, SDIB. I mean, like I said, they haven't been together pretty much since shortly after their last album in 2013. They do have a Facebook, and then their official website is SDIB Music.
So I click on the website
Does it
link.
go anywhere?
It goes right to the Facebook page.
Does it?
So that's really their only
Yep, and you're right now. It goes right to their Facebook and then introduce cross-messaging app, which I don't know what the fuck that is.
Oh, God, I hate that.
I don't even know what it is, so I'm clicking off it.
No Instagram. Well, they're not together anymore, too, right? So it makes sense that they're kind of not out there. But yeah, there you go. So nice little summary episode to kick off the season because this is dropping in May, right?
Should be.
We're in May right now.
Yeah.
In the timeline. Yeah, so there you go. Enjoy.
Fantastic.
Next episode.
Episode 35. Yes. It's my producer's pick. This one is going to be a very, very fun episode, I believe. I'm going to have a couple of my friends from school on, my friends Nick and Asher, who go by Overspace and Cashland. They are releasing a project. It's a bit, I would say it's a bit more on the electronic side, but it's still very poppy and has so many cool different influences. It's called Before Life Carries On. It's a duo release by them, and from some of the singles I've heard out so far, it is so cool. And we're actually going to have pretty much a commentary from them, the artists themselves, on the podcast.
They're joining us?
Yes, they're going to be here.
All right, sweet.
Yes, one's from Rhode Island, one's from New Jersey. So they're actually both driving up to come.
Really?
Yeah.
They're coming here?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes, they're doing a lot of promo stuff that day too. So this will be a lot of fun. We're actually getting a pre-release version of the album itself. So that'll be a lot of fun. Cool. And because they don't drink, we are going to have a non-alcoholic beer.
Oh, another first for the podcast.
Yes.
Athletic, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Athletic Brewing Company?
Yes.
Yeah, so they're out of Stratford,
Connecticut,
and they make some good beers.
They do. They were a vasectomy staple when I was trying to heal without any issues.
Yeah, Mike couldn't drink, so I brought him some of those because they taste like beer.
They did. It was the strangest part was drinking like 6 beers, tasting just like I drank 6 beers, and having zero effect from drinking 6 beers. It was really weird.
That's strange.
Yeah, it was odd.
Yeah.
So we'll choose which one.
Yeah, we're not sure which one we're going to go with yet, but we'll
taste test.
Why
don't we get like the lager? Why don't we get the IPA? Why don't we...
I wonder if they make a variety pack. Maybe I can find a liquor store where they do like a mixed six.
That'd be cool.
Something.
Yeah, we could do something like that because then we can try a little bit of each one.
That's cool.
And kind of rank them.
Well, nevertheless, we are doing athletic.
Yes. So that'll be fun.
Yeah. Awesome. Sweet. Cool. Great stuff. Thank you so much for listening to us out there. Keep spreading the word. We're having a great time doing this. So, we hope to, keep it going as long as we can and go right into the summer, too. Summer's upon us, so can't wait. Hops and Bops Podcast on Instagram and Facebook. Hit us up, DM us with suggestions, albums, beers, drinks, whatever you want to hear, an artist. If you want to be on the podcast and you want to talk about a certain something, hit us up.
We don't have a lot of friends, so we're cool with that.
Very lonely.
And then, we drop our episodes weekly on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. So
Amazon
check us out there.
Never did that with us. Huh?
No, I mean, they might be on there. Does Amazon have a podcast section?
Mr. Bezos, if you're out there, please let us on your podcast.
He stepped down.
Did he? That is true.
He stepped down.
Oh, you have an affair or something?
Because when
he's divorced.
Yeah, he divorced.
His divorce made his wife the richest woman in America, I believe.
Yeah, Mormon.
Oh, so is he single?
Might be.
He might be.
I'll take one for the team.
She married like a teacher in Seattle.
Really?
His wife. Yeah.
Damn.
Anyway,
but I
digress.
Yes.
I searched Apple Podcasts one day, and we were just randomly on there. So I wonder.
Yeah, I'm looking right now.
We're front and center on Apple Podcasts.
But anyway, thank you so much for listening. For my good friends Mike and Tom, I've been Joe. We'll see you next time.
Peace.